There was a private dinner tonight between the two presidential couples in Shanghai. Is President Macron getting what he wants out of this trip so far?
Well, the French president is advocating for a dialogue-based relationship with China. And in that regard, he's actually getting a lot of time with his Chinese counterpart, President Xi Jinping. Over the course of the 3 days, he's actually seeing him 3 times. The first time was this Tuesday morning at the Shanghai Import Expo, where both the presidents visited the stands of the various companies and delegations at that expo. And they just had a casual couples dinner in a Shanghai restaurant, and this is, it needs to be stressed, is a very rare occurrence in China. The president generally has these meals in a very strict protocol in Beijing. This is him basically going against protocol in response to the last time that he visited France, where President Macron invited him to a casual couples dinner on the French Riviera. So this really shows the stronger rapport, the closer ties between Beijing and Paris under these two presidents. And this is what the French president is trying to do, is trying to build closer ties so that he can keep China more accountable. That's what happens when people all get closer. You make it more costly for them to break their promises. So what does China want out of this relationship? Well, what does France want out of this relationship? They want better market access to the Chinese market for French companies and foreign companies as a whole, and a level playing field for foreign companies in China through the vector of better protections of intellectual property, amongst other things. And they also want a joint effort to fight global warming and to better protect biodiversity. Now, are they managing and getting these commitments? Yes. Are they paying off? It's not quite clear yet.
Charles, the French and Chinese presidents have been spending a lot of time together, as you were just saying. That's going to continue tomorrow when Macron goes to Beijing for the state visit part of this trip. But let's talk more specifically about trade, about economics. So what deals are we expecting to see from there?
Well, over the course of this more official state visit, there are expected to be 40 different contracts to be signed, as well as a wider EU-China deal on geographic indicators. Now, what are geographic indicators? Those are basically safeguards for products that are specific to regions. And there are 100 such products with specific labels across Europe that need these protections. 26 of those are French things, for example, like champagne, which is specific from the Champagne region of France, or Roquefort blue cheese. These will the deal on these specific products will be signed in Beijing on Wednesday. A busy day ahead for the French president and the Chinese president. An official meeting at the Great Hall of the People at Tiananmen Square, followed by declarations to the press, then a banquet, then a meeting with the Prime Minister of China, Li Keqiang, and finally a press conference that the French president will be holding at the French embassy in the afternoon before taking his flight back to France.
Charles, thank you for that. Charles Pellegrin there reporting for us live from Beijing.